What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Scary Sundays, coming to you on a beautiful summer evening here in Lisbon, Portugal, where I'm currently living for the next month. And I know I've been absent the last couple weeks for Scary Sundays, but a lot of life stuff going on, changes, not least of which has been me moving to Europe for the month. But I'm back, and today I want to talk about something I was experiencing today while finishing the lyrics for one of the songs that I've been writing this year, and that is writer's block. So today, man, I was sitting in a restaurant after eating lunch with some friends, popped in my headphones, was working on an instrumental for one of my songs and trying to come up with some lyrics, and I couldn't for the life of me come up with lyrics that satisfied me. And I started getting really in my head. I started getting really overthinking things, kind of just sitting there trying to figure out, what do I write? Like, what am I supposed to, what do I write that is going to be worth this song? And the tricky thing was that I already had most of the lyrics written, and a lot of the lyrics that I had written, I really liked. Like, I really liked what I had, but there were a few lines that I still had to finish. And because I was putting all this pressure on myself to make those lines as good as the other ones, it was just this really high bar that I was setting for myself. And I just got really frustrated. And to the point where, like, about an hour or so after sitting there in frustration, not being able to come up with anything, I just got up and just started walking around and started, like, having all these existential thoughts and doubts about, like, should I even do music as a career? Like, literally just because I, like, was having an off day with writing. And I just became aware in that moment about how quickly it is that our mind can talk us out of something that we really want to do when we notice a setback, when we come across a hurdle, which is obviously inevitable if you want to do anything great, right? Whether you're writing songs or building a business or whatever it is, there's always going to be those days or maybe even weeks, sometimes longer periods where nothing feels like it's working or flowing, and you really lose some confidence in yourself. You know, at least that's something that I definitely go through from time to time. And today was one of those days for me as a songwriter. And I just started having all these thoughts like, oh my God, like, you know, this is not enjoyable. Why am I doing this? Like, and it can be so easy to lose sight of all the reasons that you do it. Like, in that moment, I totally forgot about the fact that there's all of you guys who watch my videos and listen to my music, who appreciate the music that I make, who probably would still listen to that song, whether it had, like, the best lyrics of all time, in my opinion, or, like, you know, the lyrics weren't as good, in my opinion. Like, there's still people out there that fuck with my music, but it was so easy for me to forget that. And so the basic message of this Scary Sunday, and the example that I'm using for writing songs, is to express that I find that it's very, very easy for my mind, because I'm a pretty sensitive person, and I feel like for those of you who watch these videos regularly, you probably are similar. It's very easy to just start creating all these doomsday scenarios in your mind when things don't go your way, and that can be a very pernicious thing that can then cause you to sabotage yourself, either consciously or subconsciously, in the future, where either you just don't even try something, or you come up with rationalizations for why something won't work. And it can just so easily trickle from just one bad hour or one bad day. And maybe what your body needed that day was just rest, or it needed to, do something else, or maybe it needed to just go through that period of doubt, because that's part of the process. So what I try to do when I have these days like today, and it's easier said than done. I mean, this was difficult for me today. It really drained me a lot of energy, just like this frustration of, like, this like low key expectation that when I sit down and write music, it should always just flow like that, and I should just always be tapped in, because the amount of work that I've done on myself and continue to do. And I was really humbled today when I just wasn't able to access that flow state, and found myself really frustrating and struggling. And what I tried to remind myself of, and what I would encourage anybody else who has experienced blocks or discouraging hurdles in whatever it is that you're doing or trying to create or build, is to use it as an opportunity to watch how resourceful your mind can be in coming up with rationalizations or excuses or reasons why you can't do things, and basically use it as a meditation, like use it as an opportunity to become mindful. So the moment you start noticing yourself getting flustered or frustrated or having self-sabotaging thoughts, it's like that now becomes the object of your meditation. Just like in a lot of guided meditations, right? They'll tell you to focus on the breath. But what I would try to do and what I would encourage you to do is when you have those writer's block moments, use that frustration as the actual object of your awareness and focus on it intently so that you penetrate through it and realize that it is simply a thought. It's no more substantial than any other of the other hundreds of thousands of thoughts that you have a day, but for the power that you're giving it. This is obviously a lifelong practice, much easier said than done, but it's something that I directly experienced today. And I wanted to share that with you guys for today's Scary Sundays. So thanks for watching as always. Have an amazing week, guys. Sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon. Peace.